So hello viewers and welcome back to another video on Video Geeks. So in today's video we are going to take a look at Playwright Codegen, which is one of the most useful feature of the Playwright. And Codegen in Playwright is nothing but a tool to generate test cases automatically. So this tool will basically help you to generate your test cases by performing certain actions or assertion in the browser itself. So now you don't need to write the test cases, you just need to perform the action that you want to be there in your test cases, right? So that's very easy. So in this video we are going to explore that part of the Playwright, and yeah, so without wasting much time, let's get started with it. So before we start moving on with the Playwright, I would like to mention that you must be aware or you must make sure that you have the Playwright's latest version, which is called 1.56. You can also verify from the GitHub repository. So you can just go to GitHub repository of the Playwright and you can go over here in the releases. So you can see latest is 1.56.1, or you can also go to the tags and you can verify the latest tag over here, right? So and then you can go to terminal and write this command, which is called npx playwright-version, that you can make sure that you have the latest version of the Playwright installed. And I showed this that I have the latest version of the Playwright because this Codegen that we are going to see today, that is it's still in the testing version. So you might find certain bugs while using this tool. If you find some of the bugs, so please make sure you report it to on the GitHub itself. You can create issues over here, or you can go to website and from the community you can find the link for the issue tracker, right? So that you can have an impact on the open source community. And that's it. So let's start with the Playwright Codegen. So I will give the link of the repository that we are taking for the YouTube learning. So this is that repository. Last time we had lesson 2.md reviewed. So all the lessons that I create, I'll create a lesson file over here in the lesson folder, so that you can later on review what we covered in particular sessions. And I have also the related files separately. So we have created lesson 3.markdown file, and you can see that file over here. And we have made some changes in the second and third spec .ts file, which is nothing but the test that we have written in the last video. So this is the third part, and in this part we are going to see, take a look at Playwright. So if you want to use the Playwright, you can just go and say npx playwright codegen, right? So once you write that command, you will find something like this. So these two windows will open. First is the browser and second is the Playwright inspector window, where the code will be generated. And as you can see, the record is by default enabled. We can also turn off the recording, but as we want to record the test, we want to make sure that this button is enabled, and we are recording the test case. So once you click on this record button, whatever action you perform over here, that will be generated as part of the code over here. So as you can see, this is a basic template that we use to write particular test. Now what we are going to do is we'll copy the URL. So from the config file, we'll copy the base URL that we want to perform the test on. So this is the base URL. We can go. So first of all, let me give you an overview of the application that we are going to test today, right? So this is the Arista Lab Requester application that is hosted on my personal GitHub repository. And as you can see, this is the GitHub page of my of that repository, and you can also use this URL for your learning purpose. If you want to perform certain Playwright tests, you can perform for this application as well. And what we're going to test today is we are going to test the homepage of this project. So we'll verify that whether we are landed on this on the homepage or not. Then these two tools, which is called Node and Edge tool. So there are certain other tools such as call output settings, help tool, and raise an issue or report an issue tool. So these tools we are going to test. But first of all, as we are making a video, for better explanation, we'll just take the example of two tools. So we'll make actually three test cases. First for this title verification, second for this working of this node tool. So as you can see, as we click on this tool, the text over here will be changed. Over here also, as we click on this tool, the text over here will be changed. So that is the simple verification, the simple test cases that we want to prepare. Now we have already created some of the code already, so let's take a look at that code. So as you can see, this is the second and third .spec.ts file, which is the sample file that we are going to take a look in today's video. So as you can see, we have used the described test.describe block, which is the hook that we have already covered in the previous video. If you have not watched that video, I'll give a link over here in the I button, or you can also find the link in the description box. Then we have this before each, that is also a test hook which will be executed before each of the test cases executed. Then as you can see, we are navigating ourselves to the base URL. Now we have this config file where we have this base URL defined. So by default, if we don't have any URL mentioned over here, this will be by default redirected to the base URL that I mentioned over here in the Playwright's config file. Now this is the first test case that will verify that we are on the home page. So as you can see, we have the locator title of the app, and we are asserting that that it is visible. Then we are verifying that it should contain the text which is called welcome to our app requester. Second thing, we are going to take a look at the we are going to verify that whether we have this 1 2 3 4 5 6 tools available or not. So as you can see, we are verifying the count of the buttons. Then we have something called label info, that is the text over here. So once I refresh this, so by default, as you can see, the text is select some tool to get started, click on the question mark icon for help. So as you can see, we have the regular expression, and we'll verify that the text should contain select some tool, right? So which it should contain if it is a home page. So that is the test case 1. Test case 2 is where we verify the note tool. So we'll verify the text which is something like this, then we will click on it and we'll verify that it should contain the text select note tool. So as you can see, first we verify select some tool, click on it, then we verify select note tool, right? And over here, when we click on it, we'll again verify that whether we should have this first we should have this select some tool, then we will click on this button, and now we should have something called select connection tool. So we'll verify that by using the Playwright's Codegen. So now let's move on to Codegen and let's get to know that how to generate the test case. So as you can see, you will have these two windows by default, and make sure that this record button is enabled and you are recording the test case. Now what you want to do is we want to redirect the URL to the particular page. Now you can see this is the navigation code, so await.page.goto, that is generated by default, right? Now we want to verify that whether we have this select some tool or not. So we'll click on this, which is called assert text or assert visibility or assert value. So we'll click on assert text and we can click on it. But as you can see, as this is a testing version of Playwright's Codegen, this has some bug. So while we click on it, nothing happens. Actually, it should ask us to verify the text or the code should be generated over here once we click on this part, but it is not. So we'll just assert the visibility for some reason, but we'll change that. Obviously, we'll fix that in the code. Now we will click on this button, and as you can see, all the codes are generated over here. Now we will again look the visibility for this. So as you can see, the sample code for us is generated over here. Now what we will do is we'll copy this and paste it on our actual test. So now let's see that how to modify this existing code that is generated by the Playwright's Codegen. To stop the Playwright, you can just directly exit from the terminal, or you can close both of those windows and this terminal will automatically be exited. Now we can paste the Playwright's Codegen's code that is generated. Now in order to fix this, what we can do is, as we are using the test before each, we will remove this navigation line. Then for first we will verify that it should have text select some tool. Instead of this to be visible, we can write to have text. Then we will click on the connection tool, and now that it is connected, we will verify instead of to be visible that it should have a text. And if you see, once we click on it, the text is selected connection tool, selected connection tool. Now we'll save this And once we save this, we can just go over here in the terminal and we can run the Playwright test second and third, which will actually perform the test cases that are written on this file second and third spec.ts. So as you can see, the tests are executed and you can see 9 tests are passed and no, we don't have any failures. Now you might wonder that we just have 3 test cases, TC1, 2 and 3. So why it is showing that 9 are passed? So that is because we have something called projects declared over here. So all of those test cases that we have written over here, that will be executed on Chromium, Firefox and WebKit. So these are the 3 browsers in which the test will be performed. So we can verify that by just giving this command playwright show report, and as you can see all of the test cases 1, 2 and 3 are executed on Chrome, Firefox and WebKit. So we can just go over here and we can see what are the test steps that it took, and we can also verify what are the passed, failed, flaky, skipped, how many test cases are executed and how much time it took. So that's all thing that you can visit over here from the web page hosted on your own machine, right? So that is very cool. So that's actually the introduction part of the Playwright Codegen. Let me know in the comments if you want a detailed video or if you have any doubt regarding the Playwright Codegen. And I think that's it for today's video. I hope you have got the idea about Playwright Codegen. That might have some bugs right now, but it will be very helpful once the bugs are fixed and you have the full-fledged Codegen ready for you to use. And if you want to read this file, I have given some links over here that you might want to explore by yourself. And yeah, that's it. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, keep learning and keep exploring.